Destiny drew me to Charlottesville, to a hidden haven for gamers called Atlas Underground. A bet there, a simple game of cards, led to an unexpected trade, my bike for a place to crash. This twist of fate entwined my life with an eclectic troupe, united by a love for theatrics and the escape of play. I became an unexpected supplier to these high school thespians, an entrepreneur of the underground where the forbidden leaf was king. My room transformed into a secret garden, a small act of defiance against the ordinary. They were characters from a surreal story, hoarding Sodic and tabs like a futuristic currency, preparing for a world turned upside down. Their playfulness had a touch of madness, burying these metal tokens like treasures, preparing for a day when they might rule over a new world order. In a covert pact with law enforcement, I played a double agent not for loyalty, but as a tactical move in a larger game of control and surveillance. They turned a blind eye to my cannabis cultivation, a pre-legal enterprise, allowing me to navigate the gray market that thrived in the shadows of prohibition. This arrangement granted me autonomy and insight, fueling my ascent into the digital realms where I taught myself the craft of computers, ultimately paving the way for my departure from that life. As my life diverged from theirs, technology became my weapon of choice. I dove into the digital depths, teaching myself the craft of computers. This new knowledge was my escape, my uprising against a life I no longer desired. Years later, a message from the past arrived. The old crew, now styling themselves as revolutionaries, reached out. They wanted a leader. They saw in me a figure from their dramatic fantasies. But I had left that stage behind. When tension in Charlottesville reached a boiling point, the media swarm descended, with reporters hailing from Canadian and Polish outlets, seemed to me like players in a poorly scripted operation, perhaps a modern echo of the infamous Operation Mockingbird, where the press was manipulated to influence the masses. Their fervor to shape American sentiment was as transparent as it was zealous, a red flag signaling an operation amiss. With this awareness, I intervened not just to halt a burgeoning civil war, but to unmask a deception. I mingled among the agitators, feigning the part of the uninitiated, yet acutely aware. When violence threatened to erupt, I leveraged my understanding of both the streets and the systems at play to diffuse tensions, to prevent the ignition of a larger fire. My past dealings with the crew, the police, and the leafy caches of cash were but preludes to this moment. Here I stood as the cyberpunk fixer, a self-made guardian in a time of orchestrated discord, using the very tools and freedoms that my unique position had afforded me to put an end to a dangerous gambit. This story, my story, is one of defying the expected, of carving a niche in a world that tries to define us. It's about finding your own revolution, whether through a green thumb, a keyboard, or a stand against the tide. It's about being the cyberpunk fixer in a world that desperately needs fixing.